Welcome back. It's the Kovacs Report. It's Wednesday, which means it's time to start rolling out those reviews. And we are going to kick off with Ultimate Spider-Man number 20 by Jonathan Hickman and David Messina, standing in for Marco Checchetto. Now, this book has been consistently one of my favorites each month. I've absolutely loved it. For me, it hasn't skipped a beat. And for me, again, in my humble opinion, it's the best book in the whole Ultimate line and pretty much the best Spider-Man book on the market at the moment. So I'm going to go through it page by page. There will be spoilers, so please read the book beforehand. If you don't want it spoiled, like the video if you can, and please do hit that subscribe button. I'd really, really appreciate it. So let's just have a little bit of backstory here, okay? So the biggest criticism of this book is there's not enough Spidey action, and sometimes there isn't any at all. So if you are looking for some Spidey action this month, you will be disappointed. And I'll be honest, out of the 19 issues that have come before it, it hasn't bothered me, but this issue, it kind of did. We've only got 4 issues left after this before the series wraps up and goes into the Ultimate Endgame event, let's just say, and God knows what happens after that. So I'm kind of thinking this needs to ramp up a little bit. Jonathan Hickman has been sowing a very, very critically acclaimed run in this book. And like I say, I've enjoyed every single page, but we're at the point now where we need some action, right? This whole issue is a dinner date between Harry Osborn, Gwen Stacy, and Pete and Mary Jane Parker. Because at the end of issue 19, Mary Jane, rightfully so, said, listen, we've had to run from our apartment. We've had to hide. My children have almost been killed. I need to know what's going on. If I'm supposed to prepare for some kind of incoming threat, if I'm supposed to protect my children, I need to know everything that's going on. I can't be kept in the dark. There can't be any more secrets. So Peter agreed that she should be brought in to the little inner circle, and everything will be revealed to her. So that is the whole point of this dinner date, which spans the entire issue. It really, really does kind of blow my mind about how this story couldn't have been sewn into an issue with the actual plot evolving a bit more and a bit more action and a bit more excitement. But there are some good stuff in this. Don't get me wrong. There is some good stuff, and there's one very good moment. But I want to talk about Gwen Stacy for a moment, because usually she's kind of like a shrinking wallflower, right? But in this run, she isn't. She's kind of I think she's the threat, really. I mean, Harry Osborn, we're all waiting for him to become the Green Goblin and do something bad and step over the line and kill someone, right? But Gwen has. She has stepped out of the line. She has killed, and she will kill again. She is very single-minded and determined. She has an agenda, and she will do anything and step over anyone to achieve it. And you really, really feel that strength in this issue. Okay, so again, the characters feel great, but the issue, it doesn't need to be here. It just goes over everything we already know, and it goes in a circle and comes back, and we haven't really learned anything more. It's all about revealing these secrets, but there are no secrets revealed in this issue. So we kick off with this dinner date, and like I say, Gwen Stacy's being kind of defensive, almost looking down her nose at Mary Jane, almost feeling that her concerns aren't valid, that she's a lesser human being. And I really, really feel that. And she makes no apology for the actions that she's made or the action she's going to make. That is interspersed with Uncle Ben talking to Richard Parker, Mary Jane and Peter's son. He's been wearing the black Picotech Venom suit, let's just call it, and it's been getting him into trouble. And the whole point of him being in that suit was it would protect him. But again, it's given him some kind of bravery. He ended up almost getting killed by the Kingpin and the Sinister Six after chasing the young, very attractive Black Cat. And I don't mean the old man, I mean the daughter of the original Black Cat, just in case you think this story was going in a different direction. No, but anyway, so he's talking to him, try to explain to him why it's dangerous and why his parents have basically banned him from wearing the suit. He doesn't understand. He's a young kid, right? He doesn't get it, and that's fine. But again, it's just interspersed in here for no reason. It's not really pushing the plot anywhere, really. So Harry Osborn, who's had this whole restaurant booked out, has had all his personal staff flown in so that they feel safe. There's no one there that can hear what they're saying. There's no one there that puts them in immediate danger. And the conversation between Mary Jane and Gwen Stacy kicks off, and she wants to know things. She's like, listen, for example, how many people around you know what's really going on? Do they know about us? What enemies do you have that we don't know about? She goes, I could go on. And Gwen's in a sort of very much CEO capacity sort of a body language is, you should keep going. Almost goading her into a fight. I don't know why. She goes, the point is, it's become obvious to me that the three of you are joined at the hip for better or worse. And she just says, listen, okay, I know what the problem here is. You're worried about your kids. Rightfully so, you're worried about your kids. She goes, damn right, I'm worried about my kids. She says, listen, I've got a lot to lose here, a lot more than you have. And Gwen acknowledges she has less to lose. But I mean, Gwen has that bigger picture of being part of Mysterio's and the knowledge that the truth behind the universe that they live in. So she has a sort of a different set of important things to her. She doesn't have family to lose. Now, Peter kind of does his best, and Harry to sort of like tempers, let's just say, but it's not going very, very well. MJ is rightfully so upset, and she breaks down crying because she is worried about her children, right? She goes, I've compromised. Every time I draw a line in the sand, I get pushed across it, which is true. She acknowledges that Peter isn't the fault because he gets pushed past that line, but he's dragging them with it. So it's like she doesn't blame Peter. She just wants to know what's going on so she can protect her children and her family, which is fine. So Mary Jane is a bit upset. She takes a minute to compose herself by going to the bathroom. And Gwen says, you know what? This is my fault. I'll go and do it. But when she gets there, she takes a very different stance. As you can see, she's preening herself in the mirror here. She doesn't seem like she has any remorse for the way she's dealing with the situation. And she's just becoming quite unlikable, actually, which is the intention, and I get it. And it's very cleverly done. Anyway, they're having a conversation in the bathroom. I'm going to read some of the balloons here because it's quite important. She says to Mary Jane, she goes, I need Peter, basically. I can't win without your husband. He's stronger, faster, just naturally better at this. When people look up and hope for someone to save them, it's him they want to see. The problem is he has an innocent view of the world, a belief that everything is going to work out if you just do the right thing. It's a weakness because she has killed and she will kill, right? And she wants Peter to cross that line. You know, Harry probably will. Hasn't quite crossed the line just yet. But she's saying, listen, your husband is weak, but I need him. She doesn't really care about Mary Jane. She hasn't come in to kind of fix the problem or reveal the secrets or make her feel better. She's just there trying to get what she wants, which is, I don't know, maybe Mary Jane to step aside and let Peter get on with what he needs to do to help them. It's very, very selfish. Now, MJ says everyone has a weakness. You have that amulet, right? That gives you your powers, right? Without the amulet, you don't have the power. She's right. And this is the more balloons I want to read. She goes, yes, which is my point. And you should pay attention to it. I have to be very careful when I'm not Mysterio. I'm vulnerable, a weakness to those around me, and in certain senses useless, like you and your children, which is really harsh. Except with you, it's every minute of the day. I know that sounds harsh, but don't take it personally. One has to be aware of their shortcomings in order to have a plan for them. So you need to hear this. You should have a plan for yours, Mary Jane. And she goes, yeah, I'm working on it. She goes, that's good. So she's very dismissive. She doesn't really care. She's saying, it's your problem. You deal with it. I just need Peter to be Spider-Man. And then Mary Jane comes back with, so when do you get the amulet back? She goes, in 11 days. Why? And then rightly so, Mary Jane knocks her the F out into the cubicle. And I love it because Gwen absolutely deserved it. And hopefully it's gone some way to making Mary Jane feel a little bit better. Anyway, we come back to the mill. And essentially, she says, you're a good man, Peter, and you could be too, Harry, but your wife, she's going to get everyone killed. So she has lost all trust and faith in Gwen Stacy. And it continues, and someone needs to do something about that. And then we see who might be coming to play. So yeah, so there was some good stuff in it, some nice little moments, but essentially the plot hasn't moved forward, right? This issue was a filler issue in my opinion. I'm really sorry to say because I love Jonathan Hickman. I love everything he's done with Ultimate Spider-Man. But again, this could have been compressed into an issue where the plot is moving forward. There's some more action. A lot of the players are moving around. We're getting closer and closer to the the end of this story. And it hasn't happened. It's like one of those episodes where seasons throw in the middle for new watchers to sort of catch up on what's going on so they can continue watching. And that was a disappointment. But all in all, I didn't dislike the book. I enjoyed it. I just wanted a little bit more. Now we've only got 4 issues left, so let's hope that Mr. Hickman really, really gives us what we've been waiting for, and that is some all-out action. I am ready for it. So those are my thoughts. Do let me know yours. Hopefully you've hit the like button, you've hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.